Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We take a look at what is the forecast for today. Before we really dive into the microstructures, let's take a look at the daily chart for anybody who's new on the channel. Bitcoin so far found support in this correction that started to unfold last Thursday. Bitcoin started to find some support here around 65k, which is, as you can see in this red previous resistance area, now basically support. It's the previous swing high that was formed in April 2021 at 65k. So that's the level that Bitcoin uses to find some local support at the moment. But at the moment, in all likelihood, I assume that this correction is still unfolding. This larger ABC correction that we're dealing with, which I'm labeling a wave 4. A wave 4 can be extremely boring. I received some questions, how long is typically such a wave 4? That's basically impossible to say. It really depends on the wave degree. It depends on what kind of shape this wave 4 takes. We can get wave 4s which are just sideways oriented. We can get wave 4s which are quite sharp, deep corrections, for example. And at the moment, I'm just tracking this as a simple ABC structure. The fact that we probably started the B wave, I mentioned that yesterday already, since then the price did go up a little further. Since we've started the B wave means, okay, maybe we are halfway through. So it's difficult to say the exact pathway such a correction takes. But until the market proves something different, I would typically suggest that it's an ABC structure. And until we see something different, that needs to be normally the baseline expectation, because corrections can morph into other structures, but you don't know, right? Even the correction probably doesn't know yet. The market hasn't decided yet. In corrections, microstructures tend to change. Does it matter? Not really. I think it's worth to know and to track the structures to identify if we get a first impulse to the upside. But until we see a first impulse, it makes sense that we are in a wave 4 correction, and the ideal support range is here. It's between 50,700 pretty much and 61,800, plus minus a few dollars based on the relevant exchange. And the idea would be that the price gets into this region. It could be that it only touches the upper boundary line of this correction, the 23.6 fib level, possible. The ideal target normally for a wave 4 is the 38.2 fib level. That's at 55k roughly, 55.5k. We'll see if we get there. I mean, it's quite deep, but it's a correction. The crypto market is volatile, and I would rather see pullbacks as opportunities. So basically, my baseline expectation until we break above last week's high is that we are in this wave 4 correction. Only a break in 5 waves above last week's high would tell me something different. Because even if we break above last week's high, but in 3 waves, which is a corrective structure, that could still be a B wave. B waves can overshoot A, B, C in wave B. There's no reason then to assume something more bullish necessarily, as long as it's only a 3 wave move. But that's exactly why we are tracking the smallest time frames. And here the microstructure has unfolded in a really nice way yesterday. So over the weekend, basically, it's fulfilled the forecast, followed the forecast. Here you can see in more detail this move from the Thursday high into the Sunday low. And then I highlighted to you, okay, it's possible, that was yesterday morning, that the B wave has started after the A wave found a low here around, just below 65k. So I gave you a standard resistance area for this larger B wave of wave 4, of our wave 4 correction. This standard resistance area is still there and relevant. As you can see, the market was attracted to it, the price, like a magnet. And the standard resistance area for a wave B is really just that. It's a standard resistance area. B waves can always overshoot, I have to say that. And they don't tend to respect fib levels so well, but you see how the 69k level was respected so well. It was a trigger point for the A wave to get rejected. The price dipped into the previously communicated support area, and now we could have started wave C. If wave C has started already, so as explanation, The wave 4 consists of an ABC structure, and the B wave within that wave 4 also consists of an ABC structure. So that is what makes B waves so difficult, because they are the corrective waves within corrections, and always also corrections themselves are difficult to navigate really, but the correction, oh dear. So anyway, it traveled to the standard resistance, got rejected where it needed to, dipped into the support area. I could argue that the B wave has bottomed, yeah, wave B of B, but I need to see a break above yesterday's high, so basically a convincing break above 69k to say that the wave C has started. And if it has started, the very first milestone target I would watch is 71,370, 360. That's new, and that's the 100% Fibonacci extension level. And this is relevant because a C wave often has the same length as an A wave. So I would argue that there's a good chance the price will travel towards that area. If we see on the, in contrast, a break below that support line there at 65.4k, then it would indicate that circle wave B already topped. This is possible now, and I wouldn't have a bad feeling about it, because as you can see, the B wave reached my standard resistance area. That's ultimately where we actually are watching for the B wave to finish. But looking at the subdivisions, it seems reasonable to assume that the C wave is still going to unfold. So basically what that means is, in the very, very short term, the forecast is very short term bullish. I don't really want to call it bullish because it's just the last bit of this B wave, right? But that's at least what I assume. But the focus is on higher prices as long as the orange support box is holding. So it could very well be that this B wave is extending, for example, in a larger A, B, C. We haven't even maxed out the support area. So it's possible that this is getting a little bit more extended before the C wave to the upside is starting. So as I said, the microstructures themselves are not so important, but they give us the relevant support areas. So it's very simple. As long as support is holding, I'm watching for higher prices. And then I'm going to watch these Fibonacci resistance levels for potential reactions. And there are some additional areas of interest, like the previous swing high, which is very close here to the golden ratio level at $70,100. And the 78.6 retracement at 71.7k, and the 100% extension at 71,360. So they are all key levels that I'm going to observe next, and that should be relevant for today's trading day. I hope you liked the update about Bitcoin. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.